And so he's gotten out of his comfort zone. Um, and has really worked hard to be an extension of the coaching staff. He knows what's expected. He knows what the standards are, and not just holding himself to those standards, but actually holding his teammates to those standards. It's That's one of the toughest things to do, is hold your teammates accountable. They're your friends, and then we all make mistakes. So how do you hold someone else accountable when you screw up sometimes too? Well, it needs to be done. I make mistakes, but I still have to hold people accountable. So he's grown in that regard. I've always said the quarterback has to be your number one competitor. I don't believe there's anyone who's going to outcompete him on our team. But that leadership piece, and not just leading by example, is really not leading. It's really not leading. For him to step up and get out of his comfort zone and really make a conscious effort and being intentional about coaching his teammates up is a huge step in the right direction, and you actually really need that at the quarterback position.
Can you give just a specific example of how he has been out of his comfort zone?
Yeah. Well, Peyton's really smart. He's a coach's kid, so he knows how things should be done. It's really in the details. So, if we're going to run sprints, and the guys are everyone's toes are supposed to be behind the line and not on the line. He sees a guy that's his toe is on the line or over the line. He's going to stop the drill and tell the guy, get your foot back. That seems like something that's maybe insignificant, but somebody's got to do that. Somebody's got to make that correction. Someone's got to confront that. And so if it's not one of the players, it's going to be a coach. Okay. And once you get the players doing it, especially your quarterback, now you're cooking with gas.
Jim mentioned that Berghorst is going to focus on this.
Yeah.
Just what were the conversations like with you? Is that door open for him to come back at all, or do you think this is his final?
Yeah, I love Bergie. He's a great guy. He's an outstanding athlete. He's doing some serious things on the baseball on the diamond. So that's where his focus is right now. Like, I love the kid. So we need all the help we can get. If he ever wanted to come back, I'll be happy to talk to him about it.
Mel, you were the only.
Yeah.
Because of how well you found that you fit these guys in and the success that they have, is there pressure to replicate that because the portal is something you're going to have to use each year and kind of start over?
No, I don't think so. The pressure, is like to find another Ken Walker. Like, are you going to find another Ken Walker in the portal? Probably not. Those guys don't pop in the portal every year. He's the best running back in college football, arguably. The pressure, and which is not a bad thing, the pressure is to be thorough and do our due diligence and make sure that we're doing a great job identifying and evaluating and going after the right guys, the guys that fit our program. We don't need to reach for high school guys, and we don't need to reach in the portal. And the one thing that's different about the portal than like free agency, like in the NFL, who's going to come up for free agency. And you have the pro side of the scouting department, and they scout your team and the 31 other teams, and everyone knows who's going to come up or potentially come up. You can anticipate that. In the portal, you don't know. There's going to be guys there. You just don't know who they're going to be. There's going to be good players, but you don't know if they're going to be the right fit for you. And so, there's pressure there, which is a good thing, to just get it done right. But I don't know. Like, one year it may be 3 guys. It could be 15. I don't anticipate it being 15 guys anymore, like it was, in the first year or so. But you just never know. We have to maintain our flexibility. We have to be able to adapt and to adjust, because at the end of the day, we need to have a strong roster, whatever it takes. You mean outside of the guys that I brought here? You don't want to talk about those guys. Everybody knows those guys. Yeah. Jacob Slay is a really good player. And I know people are talking about him as, interior defensive lineman. He's starting to get some traction in terms of notoriety. He's very, very consistent. He's hard to move. He's more athletic than what you think. He's a veteran player and he's tough. And he's the type of guy that you want in the middle of your defense. You always want to be strong down the middle. Defensive tackles, linebackers, safeties. And so he's like an anchor. He's an anchor guy for us. I think he's maybe an underrated player, but he's certainly a guy to keep an eye on him. Yeah, I like our linebacker room. So, we got the body man back, Cal Halliday, and then we added some guys. So we added like Brule and Winmine. Those guys have played a lot of football. And then Snow is playing linebacker, and then, the Van Sumeren. I mean, we've got some guys that have played ball. The guys are athletic, they can run, they can hit. It's very competitive. It's going to be interesting to see how fall camp goes, to see kind of how it shakes out. But I like to play a lot of guys, defensively. If you deserve to play, we're going to find a way to get you on the field somehow, some way. We're going to keep everyone fresh, put guys in position to do what they can do well, because we have versatility in our package. And so that linebacker group is very competitive, and I think it's going to be. I believe it's going to be a really strong group for us, and maybe the strength of our defense. We'll see.
Sorry, you were the only coach in the Big Ten who had success against Michigan. What did you do that allowed you to be able to have the success to win that game?
We just found a way to win. We played for 60 minutes in the game, 6 seconds of play, and we didn't flinch. We were able to run the ball, and we were able to make stops when we needed them. And so that's really what it came down to. It was a hard fought game, but at the end of the day, you need to make enough plays to get the job done, and I think that speaks to expecting to win as opposed to going into a game hoping to win. When you expect to win games, you can find a way to win those games.
So anything else, kind of that theme, I think you were 5-0 and gives 10 points in the last 4-0 and 5 points or fewer. I mean, you've been part of a group that's been able to really not the first time and not lose close games. And kind of like anything secret sauce kind of question.
No, there's no secret sauce. I mean, our guys, we're not going to flinch. That team, it was built to play 4 quarters, 60 minutes in the game, and best condition, foundation, and so we know we can play harder and longer. And again, like our goal is to win every game on our schedule. So when we go into a game, we're going in there with a game plan and an expectation that we're going to find a way to win the game. And so we can be up 16, down 16. It doesn't matter. We're going to keep chopping. We're going to be relentless, and we're going to keep trying to find ways to win games. There's going to be momentum swings in the game. We're not going to flinch. We could lose momentum, but we're going to find a way to get it back. And that's just really just a mindset. It's a trust in the process. If you can get a football team not to constantly look at a scoreboard, then you got a chance. You just focus on the next play. The next play. It's a cycle of a play. The play comes in, you get the call, you review your responsibility, you play the play, you assess it, good or bad, you evaluate it. Whatever the result was, you own it, and then you get the neutral, and you get to the next play. And you do that 60 minutes in the game, 6 seconds of play. That's how you get it done.